Another beautiful summer night here in the central Appalachians of the southwestern part of Virginia. It's about 75 degrees out here. Nice little breeze. You can hear the crickets chirping. And of course, my favorite thing about this time of year, it's only a couple of weeks away till football season. All right. Go Virginia Tech Hokies and go Chilhowie Warriors. All right. You got Mark here, coming to you on the Garage Guy 879 channel. Tonight is Friday, August 16th, 2019. Beautiful night. I want to send two shout outs before I get the video started. First, I'm going to my good YouTube friend and a fellow Appalachian American, Buffalo Outdoors. And I want to say congratulations on 50,000 subscribers. Buffalo, that is a big frickin' deal, okay? You have not changed your approach to doing videos since you started. You always give the most honest reviews that I know of here on YouTube. Your channel just keeps getting better, and you keep the videos coming, my friend. Again, congratulations. 50,000 subs, man. That is awesome. Second of all, I want to send a shout out once again to some people. Well, I've sent them shout outs before. I want to say hello to Mr. Sanders and all the guys on his staff at Highland Arms in Abingdon, Virginia. Thank you very much for the shirt. It is nice. It's not one of them cheapo paper thin shirts. Well made. I like this. The firearm I'm about to show right here, I picked this up at Highland Arms about a week and a half ago. It was another unexpected find. Another example of me walking out of a gun shop with less money than I had before, but I'm not complaining about that because them guys at Highland Arms have never gave me a bad deal. Tell you what, Greg Newton at Line Quest Fitness Channel, you're really going to like this one. This, my friends, is a Taurus Model 65 revolver, 6-shot capacity, chambered in .357 Magnum. Will also shoot .38 Special and .38 Special Plus P. It is nice. And the one thing I like about this right here, it is a pre-locked model. When we do the close-up here in a little bit, I will show you. There is no internal lock on this. Sweet. And just how sweet is it? Diabetic. Alright, I got that from the movie Night at the Roxbury. Yeah, it was pretty cheesy, but that's a pretty good line. Anyhow, the grips on here, beautiful. You can tell this one's been fired a few times, but you know, I want to mention something Hickok 45 said a few years back in a video. And he said if he can find a used firearm in good condition for a good deal, he'll go ahead and buy that instead of buying a new one. So who am I to argue with Mr. Hickok 45? This right here, I did the function check in the shop and everything, and I brought it home with me. I got a very good deal from Highland Arms, $299 plus tax. I'd say it was about $315. I took it out the door. Anyhow, I do have two concerns with this, all right? And let's take it over here on the bench under the bright light, and I will show you my two concerns. Let's do this. All right, everyone, I've got it here on the bench under the bright light, and let's look at the first concern I had with this after I got it home and did a little deeper investigating. See the gap right here between the cylinder and this back guard right here on the frame. Okay, listen. The shell that is right here, the casing, comes out of the cylinder barely and hits the back of the guard right here. I took my finger and pushed it back in. See right there? Now up, all the way in. Now, this here I don't think will affect the performance of the revolver. I've shot revolvers that had done this before and it no way hindered it. And all it did was maybe leave some more residue and powder right along in here and on the back. So I don't foresee any major problems right here with that. Okay? Unless you get a bad round and the daggone thing explodes and moreover to come out that gap right there. But I try to use quality ammo. Okay, the second concern I had was the front sight right here. Now, I made a little picture. Now, on the front sight of a firearm, it's supposed to be like up, straight on the sides and straight across the top. Well, the sight picture on this one is up, barely over, then down at an angle, and then straight like it. Looks like one of the letters in a Russian Cyrillic alphabet, if you ask me. But that's the deal with this right here. And I thought, well, it hasn't been dropped and broke because the little serrations on the front of the sight go all the way across. Do you think it was milled like this intentionally? Maybe that's supposed to be the way it's supposed to be. I don't know. I've never run across anything like that. But when I take it down here at my little shooting area, we'll just find out how accurate it is. This may not make any difference at all, but I will take a little bit of a red or orange marker and go across the top with it eventually. Alright. Now, let's go ahead and just check this out right here. The holster I have is just a Wally World Gunmate nylon holster. Fits in here really well. I'm going to be using that outside the waistband carry. Hey, no problem there. The one thing I liked about this that got my attention, these grips, I believe they're what you call rosewood. These are original grips, and they even have the gold Taurus medallion right here and on the other side. They are a tad bit dull, and there is a nick place right here, but these are gorgeous grips, really gorgeous. And I'm just hoping, you know, they don't really feel slick or anything. I'm just hoping, you know, I'll be able to keep a good handle on it when I'm shooting the hotter 357 Magnum rounds. But we'll find that out here in a little while. Okay, the back side here is notched, and of course you got your front bladed sight, and you do have the serrations here on the top to cut down on sun glare. I've shot some really beautiful nickel plated revolvers, and if it's in the middle of the day, yeah, you can get some sun glare off this, but this matted stainless right here really reduces on the sun glare. You know, if it's a hot day, if it's midday, I think you can pick your target up better with this, the matted stainless finish. This right here, it does have a few places right here on it. They're not indentions or anything. It's just, it's not pitted. It's just little spots right here, I guess, where maybe the matted finish is kind of worn over the years. And right here is usually where the lock would go, the internal lock. As you can see, my friends, this does not have one. Smith & Wesson's, I believe, is right here. Taurus back here. This here, I guess, you could call it a pre-lock model. No internal lock. Let's check out the hammer and trigger action. Sweet. Very sweet. Alright, the cylinder release button, serrated, push forward, like it. Ejector plunger works good. There's really no carbon buildup on the inside of the cylinder right here on this end. And of course this end right here, it doesn't have the matted stainless finish on it. But And right in here it says 65. Locks up good and tight. Now I don't like doing this with any firearm, especially a revolver. Point, aim, and safe direction. We all know it's unloaded. Nice. Now double action. Almost as easy as single action. This trigger and hammer action, my friends, I have to admit, is very comparable to any older Smith & Wesson revolver I've ever fired, except for two. One, which was a Model 10 snub nose I had. That was made back in 1980. And my good friend Joe, who's got a Smith & Wesson 3220 revolver made back around 1912. Those are the only two revolver trigger and hammers that have better action than this right here. This is just, you don't need single action on this, okay? It's either been broke in very well or somebody's done one heck of a trigger and spring job on it. What do you say we take it down to my little shooting area and see how she fires? I especially want to check out the accuracy with this oddly shaped front bladed sight. Let's do this. Alright, my friends, we're down here at my little shooting area, and what we're going to be putting through this bad boy right here. First of all, Winchester 38 Special 130 grain rounds. This is the Remington 38 Special Plus P 125 grain rounds. These are hollow points, and right here 6 rounds of Federal 357 Magnum 158 grain rounds. Let's see how she does. Alright, my friends, 38 Special. Let's see what we got here. Where did I put that? Right here. Alright. Let's try 3 in double action. There we go. It's about like shooting a 9mm. Something that daggone heavy just absorbs recoil really well. Let me load up with the 38 Special Plus P rounds. Alright. 38 Special Plus P. See how she handles. Be honest with you, I really couldn't tell much difference between the regular 38s and the Plus Ps. And the wooden grip on here, I was a little worried that might be a little slick. Grip's really good. Now let me load up the 357 Magnum. Alrighty. $158 grain Federals right here, my friends. Wow, that is awesome. All right, we're back up here from shooting, and I did find something interesting, and I have no idea what this means. Maybe one of my viewers out there can help me out with this, but right here, camera's not going to pick this up, but there is some engraving right here, and it does say 26.3. Can anybody tell me if this has any meaning whatsoever, or maybe if it's just a part number? 26.3. Any help would be appreciated. Well, like I said, I hope somebody can help me out with that number on the inside of the cylinder right here. I have no idea what that is unless it's a part number, okay? Now, as far as the oddly shaped front sight, did not affect accuracy one bit, so I'm thinking, well, maybe that's the way it was supposed to be made back in. All right, I know this is an older revolver, pre-lock model, of course. I believe Smith & Wesson didn't start putting locks on theirs until 2001, something like that. These right here, I do have a question. If anybody out there can help me with this, I would very much appreciate it. Other than calling Taurus and waiting 45 minutes for somebody who can barely speak English to answer the phone and giving me the information, you know, I give them the serial number and say, hey, can you tell me what year this model firearm or this particular firearm was manufactured? Then I might have to wait another 45 minutes. I don't know. Is there any other way I can find out the manufacture date other than calling the company? I would gladly appreciate it if somebody could help me out with that. All right. Yeah. That front sight, no problem. I am going to take a marker or something, go over the top with it. This thing is very accurate, very natural aim, very natural line of sight. Single action, it is empty. Safe direction. Now double action, about as easy as single action. This thing is really being broken in well, or somebody has done a really incredible trigger job on it. These grips on here, when I was shooting the hotter 357 Magnum rounds, did not want to slip out of my hand one bit. Stayed right there where I had my hand. I didn't have to re-grip or anything like that. Awesome. You know, these grips are staying on this right here. I believe this is going to be a keeper. Might not be the prettiest revolver out there, but man, she is sweet. She works. She does what she needs to do. Okay? And as far as the gap right here, where I was doing that one shell would come back and hit that right here, did not affect the performance of this one bit. Smooth as silk. Alright. Let me lay this here right quick. Let me go ahead and wrap this video up. I want to say once again, Buffalo Outdoors, congratulations, 50,000 subscribers. My friend, you are doing things right. Watch your videos. It's just like we're sitting there talking to each other on the front porch, just shooting a breeze. Your videos are not complicated. They're straightforward and probably the most honest videos here on YouTube. And Highland Arms, once again, thank you for all the great deals you gave me over the years. Mr. Sanders and all the guys there on your staff, thank you very much. This is Mark, Garage Guy 879. I'm out of here. Y'all have a pleasant weekend.